There we go. Oop, I think I see you. Maybe. Alright. Alright. Hang on, guys. I'm going to be painting tonight with a friend. So, just a few minutes. I said 7 o'clock, so I'm a bit early. I just had to get a few things set up and going and all that. So once my friend Eve pops in, we'll get to painting. So how's everybody doing on this Sunday? But yeah, I got a purple canvas this time. Normally I do black canvases, but yeah. Let's see. Hey, Coach. Well, where did Eve go? What's up, hey buddy? Hang on, just trying to get Eve in the room, and then we'll get started. I'm kind of looking to see if she has joined, so bear with me. We got purple canvas tonight for you folks. Okay, there. And I think maybe I invited. Yeah, invitation sent. Perfect.
Oops, hold on. Forgot to hit the camera button. I always forget to hit save. I always forget to hit save. Like when we do the guest thing.
Yep.
Like I hit the button, but then I don't hit the save to make the button work.
I have that problem occasionally also.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Great. Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm here 2 seconds. I already dropped the F-bomb. How's your day?
Well, it's wrapping up. You know, I had a nice weekend. I worked a little bit on the 4th so I could have the 5th off. And so.
Nice. That's always good.
Yeah.
Just mellow music playing back here. But, ooh, it's blue. What are you doing?
Well, I don't know exactly. I just know I'm starting with the purple canvas. I do think I'm going to do a sunset and maybe a lake and a waterfall. I haven't done a front-facing waterfall in a while.
Ooh, that sounds really pretty. That's kind of cool in a way, actually, because I was like, I don't know, should I start a new painting or whatever? Because we're doing those musical Mondays, and it seems to be like often, and I have like all these paintings that aren't done, and I was like, well, I said Mick's a good person to ask questions to, and I really like need to finish this up. And so I was gonna kind of not start from scratch, but this needs a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You know Jay, Paints with Jay?
Yep.
We painted this together. He showed me how to do the rainbow.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Quick to Think. And this is like bone dry, so I don't even know how to start fixing shit on it. But it has a waterfall, like you were talking about. So, yeah. But you can't tell it's a waterfall because I'm not good yet.
So what do you think you want to fix?
Well, I have a tendency to mushify, so I need to highlight and shadow the tree.
Okay.
And the bushes, because I mushified the shit out of it the first round. I want to accentuate the clouds more.
Okay.
I want to add some more depth and textures to the map. Like I said, this is like, it looks like there's a lot painted, but it's nowhere near what I would consider finished. And then I need to fix this waterfall, like, cause it's just like the line's not even straight. And,
since it's dry, one of your best things you could use is a piece of tape and run a piece of tape across. So you'll do your waterfall line before you do your fall, and that'll make everything visually straight.
Oh, that's a good idea. I usually just go for it with straight lines, but
yeah, I mean, it depends on how straight you want things, and we'll bother you later.
yeah, well, you know, I think it's bothering me more because it's not very good. Because this is my first attempt,
Yeah,
and then
you're off to a great start. Yeah.
What?
You're off to a great start.
Thanks. I'm trying. I think I've only done I don't know. I don't know how to count, but maybe 12 oil paintings so far with you guys. And you know, acrylics my jam. Been doing acrylics a very long time. And it's kind of, it's fun, but it's weird to be in the I don't know what I'm doing chair.
Right?
Because usually I'm like, I know exactly what I got to do.
Yep.
So, and it was funny because the other night when you popped in, I was doing the volcano. I was having a hard time because I've been doing oil.
Yep.
And when I went to paint with the acrylic, I was like, how the F do I do this now?
Yep. I kind of had an adjustment period swapping between when I was doing classes, because I mainly do oil, and then I would do acrylic classes several times a week.
Right.
And yeah, swap, I would forget. I would like, oh, wait, this ain't oil, I can't do this. Or, you know, well, I would always say, oh, we got to wait for it to dry, but we let it dry, like, you know, during our break. So.
Yeah. Like, it was definitely like a little like, wait, no. This is acrylic.
Right.
Mac, you think oils are more forgiving? I think there's pluses and pitfalls with both mediums.
Yeah.
I can see how some people say oils are more forgiving because you can just blend it out or scrape it off or keep being able to fix it because it doesn't dry. But on the other hand, acrylic dries in an instant and you can just paint it over. So it depends if you want to fix it, or if you want to just scrap it and say, hey, I'm going to paint this instead. Yeah, very true. Ooh, those are pretty colors. It works well with the purple.
Yeah, and especially once I brighten them. Right now, all I'm doing is I don't have any liquid clear or any additive. Right now, I'm using the oil paint itself as my first base. So I'm doing things a little more. I'm kind of combining traditional oil painting and wet on wet.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, right now I'm just this is going to be my sunset, and then this will be like the lake reflection. So I'm just kind of scrubbing some color in, and then when I add white, that white will bring the colors out more.
Okay. That's what I figured you'd be the best person to ask questions about fixie, because this is starting with a completely dry canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how oils will cooperate doing a dry canvas because the only time I've been painting with the guys is it's either been liquid or the hell is this stuff called?
Magic white or liquid clear?
Liquid white. It's either been liquid or liquid white. I haven't tried to paint anything with the canvas being dry and doing blending stuff. So,
well, I would highly suggest the start would be go with your darkest point, which is your big tree. So I would kind of focus on in order to have, light, you have to have dark. I would add more dark on top of that. As long as that's cured to the touch and dry, you can add to it. Yep. So go ahead and what you want to do is rebuild that tree with a dark color, and then we'll do a highlight.
Oh, see,
And that's where you might use a little thinner because thick paint, thin paint, a thin paint sticks to a thick paint.
yeah, this shit always because it's the other way around. So see, and I was thinking start with lighter colors first, and then, but that's acrylic brain.
Right.
So I gotta mush the dark so then I could do the thin highlight boop boops on top of it.
Correct.
You like my technical terms? I get very technical.
As ever could be. Boop boops. New name.
Wish wish boops boops. That kind of stuff. Let me share the live because I don't think I didn't tell anybody I was doing this.
Yeah, I didn't really. I was kind of tied up with quite a few things this weekend, even though had days off. I was a busy bee,
Yeah, that's understandable. It's not like I only do when I hit share the little bubbles that show up. That's all I share too, because these stupid things confuse me. Like I don't go through the whole entire list of whatever. And I just caught a blip of Coach and Evil are painting. I didn't know they were painting tonight. Probably be smart if we all talk to each other. No, we'll just hit buttons and, everybody else has to, figure out who the hell they're going to come sit with.
Right.
And now I'm sharing twice because I shared to some of these people already. Oh, my God. I'll get it. I'll figure it out. Yep. They'll figure it out. Whatever. Butters, you are not getting any treats. You got treats already. And if you keep that whining up, you're going to get kicked out. Stop. He is such a brat. He seems to think that whenever I'm talking into the phone, he's going to get treats now.
Ah.
And that is not the case. Because I just gave him treats for being a good boy. And he's starting to be not a good boy. All right, that was the list. So that was the list of peoples that was front and center. All right, I got it. So darks.
Yeah, start with the dark first.
All right, and tape my waterfall. You said right?
If you want something extremely straight, yeah, then tape your waterfall.
Okay.
But I put the tape on now, just in case you move things or you get oil paint or whatever. Lay your tape now, even though we're not going to work on it. It's just best to have it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this way, because then if I get paint there accidentally, it won't matter because the tape's already on there. I'm not going to try to tape it later.
Right.
Got it. All right. I literally just got in the door well, I'm gonna have to make my rocks higher because this line is the highest point of the line is all the way up here, and the other point is all the way down there.
Yeah, you may have to make some slight adjustments.
Was I drunk when I painted this? This is like. All right, tape's on. There we go. Whew, good thing I'm not. Actually, the only thing I like about this painting is my water, other than the waterfall being a bit janky, but we're going to fix that. Okay, I'm going to start with, all right, darks here, and then I can play over here with the lighter colors and adding some more highlights and stuff, and dark colors in here. Because these are all see-through. See, look, they're still see-through. See that?
Yep. That's because you had too much magic white on there, and you didn't have, if the viscosity was so close, the leanness or viscosity or whatever, it was so close that you're actually pulling the other layer out. So
I was taking off instead of putting on.
Yep. So you just got to learn that right amount, and it, over the years, I've been telling people there is no like perfect formula of me to say, oh, you use so many ounces or whatever. It all depends.
Right.
Vitamin, your canvas, everything. It's all just a guessing game.
Right. I gotta figure out what color. I think I'm gonna do my trees. My tree. I was gonna make it rainbow, but I'm really asking for trouble if I do like red, orange, yellow. I'm going beyond my pay grade, aren't I?
It would be a bit much for the. Yeah.
If I try to make it rainbow layers in the tree, it'd be beyond my pay grade.
Not yet, but I guarantee you, if you attempted it now, it'd be nothing but a headache.
Awesome. Let's not do that. All right, pick a color, Eve. One color. All right, we'll go with red. Reds. It's gonna be reds.
And for those that at home that are watching me, I had a purple canvas here, and no medium or anything. I went in with this brush, put it in yellow, and then I mixed, kind of made an orange color, went around that, came in with some alizarin crimson, made it darker red, and then I went into Prussian blue, and I haven't cleaned my brush. I just keep using the same purple, blue areas. But we're going to have a waterfall, so my focus is here, and my sunset is just off center. So that's what I got going on.
So, all right, pour paint, Eve. Pour paint, and then you can talk. Why don't you actually get some paint on your palette first? And then you can have some conversations. All right. So I found this kid the other day, right? And it was his first live ever. And he's only been on TikTok since April, because I looked at all his videos and I saw his first one was all the way done in April. Now, he is super talented and his stuff is amazing looking. So there you go. Saw him today, his second live ever. This kid, and I was trying to help him in his first live, answering questions for him, because, that's how I roll.
Yep.
He had 200 people in his live yesterday and 350 people in his live today, and he's almost got 6,000 followers already.
Wow.
And I'm like, this dude is stepping in some serious TikTok shit. Meanwhile, I've been here for like 3+ years, and I'm just barely scraping past 5,000 followers, and I still only get 10 people in my lives. And I'm trying very hard not to be like, you are an a-hole, because it's not his fault. And he is super, super, super talented. And I give it to him. He's willing to do the hustle. He's 23 years old. But at the same point, I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. I do. Pardon my cough.
I'm like, what the hell? So, that's my little TT resentment for the day.
Yeah, I've been frustrated for a few years without how things are going, but that's when I finally just gave up, said I don't care no more. Really, it is what it is. I can't seem to fight the demon, so I'm not gonna do it. I just do what I want to do, paint what I want to paint when I want to paint, and not worry about.
Right. Well, there's changes that I definitely am going to be making for myself, to kind of bump myself up a bit and come across as a little more professional, and also to showcase my work more.
Mm-hmm.
There's some changes I need to make, and I, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy for the kid, and he is doing the hustle, and his work is really good, like really good. But And I try to be nice to everybody. You know that. Hi, Stitch. And but at the same time, it's like, but again, motivating me to make sure that all of those changes I've been thinking of, I actually do them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe that's the whole. Hi, Mira. Nice to meet you. Maybe that's the whole point of it all. You know, maybe he was putting my line of fire because it's like, hey, you
You
need
don't.
to
Yeah.
get your act together. Stop messing around. What have you been doing? I'll
So,
paint eventually, guys. You're just gonna. I was running around all day. I'm trying to still get my head around painting.
so what I'm doing right now is just adding white. Let me see if I can zoom in. There.
Ooh, that all blended together like really pretty.
Yeah. So I just kind of add white, and it pulls the colors out. It's almost like when everyone does the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
Same thing. You're just adding a base color, and then using white to make it pop out.
Yeah, that's the one magic trick oil painters have that grab the audience. It's clickbait, but acrylic painters don't have that. Is that hiding colors in the black and then using the white paint and being like it's magic? And I'm like, you sons of b. Welcome to Oils with Mick and Eve's Artistry. This is Eve's Artistry therapy session this evening, so I'm just going to blabber about everything that annoys me.
Afterwards, make sure to send me your address so I can send the bill as being your psychologist, okay?
Oh, yeah? You're getting paid by the hour or the...
My rates are affordable. I do allow for payments.
Well, this is what happens when you live with your dog. You can find somebody to talk to when you're just like, blah, 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 blah. But, all right, let's see. So you said start with the darks. What kind of brush should I use?
Same, either, I don't know what you have, but same foliage brush. It's a 1-inch round, I believe, or you use a 1-inch brush you could use. I believe that's a rounder kind of leafy bush or a tree, right?
Yeah, I think I used a chip brush.
Okay.
I have a plethora of chip brushes. These guys.
Yep.
Because they seem to work very well for doing fluffy things. And you said put the darks in the tree first. So I'm going to grab a microscopic amount of phthalo blue. Because that stuff just swallows paint like nobody's business.
Yeah, so does Prussian blue.
I am just like, it is so pigmented, it's like out of control.
Prussian blue and alizarin crimson are some of my favorite colors to work with. But yeah, any blue, woof, it can kill many colors real quick.
A lizard and crimson, that's what I call it. Is my favorite color.
Yeah, you combine Prussian blue and alizarin crimson, boy, you make one of the darkest dark colors. And you can go to the red value or you go to the blue value. Yeah, it's a good color.
Well, red is my favorite color, so of course my paint color is going to be a red-based color, but I just like everything that red can stand for. Like, it can stand for so many different types of moods and emotions. So if you're trying to convey a certain mood or an emotion, you could just use red and you'll do whatever you want.
Right.
This chip brush is like wiggling. I'll tell you what, using the chemicals to wash your brushes chews through glue, man. I've had to re-glue a few of my brushes already.
Yeah.
All right, so the dark is on there. We did it. Woohoo!
All right.
I painted something. It's only been 30 minutes later, but I finally painted something.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. But I don't know which one you're talking about. They're both beautiful.
Hi, Catherine. Nice to meet you.
Well, I'm taking some white right now and just scrubbing in some kind of misty, colorful clouds to really kind of strengthen my powerful sunset here. So,
Oh yeah, those look cool. I'm gonna play with my clouds. Don't know why I think my tree has to dry. It's not going to dry, but I'm one of the, like, that's probably why I'm a pretty good acrylic artist, because I'm one of those jump around painters. So when you paint with acrylic, that works in your favor because you can bounce around your canvas. And now to kind of highlight these clouds out a little bit, can I just go in there, or do I have to thin the paint down?
I would use titanium white and just a little touch of magic white. Or liquid white. Sorry. There's the original company's terms is what I'm using right now. Bill Alexander, Top Bob, and one's magic white, one's liquid white. Yeah, I get them confused.
Hey, I'm remembering to shape my liquid white. It's a good day. I always open. Oh my gosh, how did this happen? Look.
Step 1. Get paint on yourself before painting.
I don't even have this this color poured. Where did this come from? Huh. I'm not even painting with black. And I cannot find the culprit. I think black paint squirted into my brush holder. Huh! Son of a gun. Black paint somehow or another got into my container that holds all my brushes. So all my brush handles have, guess what on them?
Yellow?
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Has yellow on them. This is awesome. I was watching Savage today for like 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bob Savage?
Yep.
And he had paint on his forehead. I was like, that's awesome. I'm like, how did you get paint on your forehead?
Oh, I'm quite the messy painter. I've unfortunately done the same thing. Wearing glasses, sometimes I'll do this and push my glasses up, and I end up, boom, little paint right between my forehead.
Yeah, I have an emote for my subscribers that says messy girl, because things like this happen all the time. And I literally sit here like I just did, like, how did this even happen? How did I get black paint all over me and I don't even have it poured? Because it's on the handle of my brushes. Which is very strange. But, okay. Alright, at least I know where it came from. Sort of, kind of.
Right.
Well, just a dot of oil paint, and you're talking like a mess everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally everywhere.
Trying to find.
I think you oil painters are semi-sadists. This stuff is just out of control.
I I'm missing a brush right now. That's so odd. I cleaned all the brushes, cleaned up, and I had them all together, but apparently I set the 1-inch brush somewhere, and I can't find it. This is amazing.
Awesome. I'm cleaning off black paint off of all obscure things, and you lost the brush. We're perfect. We couldn't ask for anything to get any easier or better.
Right. Well, what the heck?
You want to borrow mine? I just lost my grippy thing to open stuff.
That's all right. I'll use a fan brush for a minute. I'll adapt.
Hi, Susan. How are you, sweetheart?
Hey, Susan.
All right. So 10 minutes later, I finally have my liquid white open. Didn't we discuss adding liquid white to my clouds like 10 minutes ago?
Yep. You just want a little dab to help that magic or that solid white flow.
Okie dokie. Just a dab will do you.
Yep.
That was a commercial. What was that? Sour cream. Just a dab will do you.
So I mixed up a little Prussian blue and alizarin crimson, more in the red. And I'm coming in with some darker clouds up front.
Ooh, that sounds pretty. I finally have a fan brush that has some liquid white and white on it to do some clouds. That only took me, what, 10 minutes? All right, clouds, clouds, think like a cloud, think like a cloud.
Well, do have a good sleep, Susan.
Yeah, Nicole says she's getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
I think Nicole's in my end of the world. And now to fluffify. Ah, man, look, look, look.
Oh.
I just did it again.
You're just having a nightmare.
Where the hell is this black coming from? Like, it's on my brushes. But I don't know how it got there.
Okay.
And these brushes are in a different container. Well, it's a good thing oil paint don't dry.
Let's figure out where my horizon is. Actually, I need to lighten this cloud a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna grab another fan brush. We're gonna get messy tonight.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, I've been there already. I am living in messy time right now. So my blendy brush is a makeup brush that I've had to glue back together already. Because cleaning it unglued all the bristles.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, it's a makeup brush, so it wasn't made for these kind of things. When you have a tight wallet, you kind of get creative on what your supplies are going to be.
Right.
So
I'm just using a little white and this purple tone. I kind of want to brighten the top of this. I'm just kind of floating some brighter color into it. Smooshing it on there. Yeah, good enough.
very weird putting paint on a bone dry. This canvas is like bone dry.
Yeah, I've pulled a painting off a wall that I did like 2.5 years ago, and I started painting right on it. I just after a while I was like, oh, I didn't see this mistake I didn't like, and so I fixed it. So that's kind of the cool thing with oil paint you can do. Chop in and brush a little bit of the background back here. I'm using black and blue together. Mashing it in right now. Doesn't really matter. I'll do form and shape later. Just got to understand the lay of the land right now.
Yeah, my
Do know your clouds are going to be a lot brighter because the background is a little was wet and whatnot, and now you're dealing with dry. So try to thin down your paint as much as possible, so you don't eat up the background with complete solid white. You know, basically don't use a lot of paint, just a little bit.
Sure, now you tell. Now it's
yeah,
fine.
I'm just having to look over.
It's fine. This painting can actually have like a. I don't mind if it winds up having a little bit of a cartoony look to it because it's a rainbow painting. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not anything that would be. You know, it's pure imagination at this point. So if it comes across a little cartoony and not as soft and natural as things should be, I'm okay with that.
All right.
Yeah. How do you like that for justifying my bullshit? You know what cracks me up is like being an artist and submitting your stuff to galleries and things. They always want like, and people in general, they want like a story to your painting.
Uh-huh.
And you know how many times I've just been like making crap up?
Yep.
Because there is no story. It's like I sat down and I painted this. That's the story.
That's one of my annoyances is titling paintings and excuse me, and you know, coming up, especially like one of my first gallery shows, right? I did a whole bunch of watercolors, and they were all in blue. And I sat there, and the lady didn't know that I was the artist. And I sat there, watched her sip wine, and talk to her friend, and say the reason I did it in blue is to show the depression that I was having, and this, that, and the other, with the fight, and was going on. And I really bursted their bubble when I introduced myself and then said, oh, by the way, the only reason I did everything in blue is because I was out of every other color. It was the goddamn truth, you know. Boy, they were, oh, okay. Da, da, da.
That's awesome. I love it. That's awesome.
Oh, frack. What did I do with that other 1-inch brush? This is going to drive me nuts.
You still can't find it?
No. Now I'm at a point where I'd love to have it. Okay. I'm going to go on the great search. Bear with me.
All right. I'll keep the millions of viewers at home entertained.
All right.
I don't have a choice but to keep them entertained anyway, because that's just the way I am.
What's frustrating is I made sure all my brushes were clean and ready to go, and I had most of them all together, but apparently one grew legs and walked. But I found it now. All right, we're good to go.
You got it?
Yep. We're okay. It's all good.
We're good?
Yep.
Where was it?
Carry on. It was 2 feet from me.
Put your glasses on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you can't find those either.
I have that problem a lot.
You ever look for your glasses and they're on your face?
Yep.
Yep.
But also I looked for my glasses and I could not find them, but they were on top of my hat. I went to work and I was telling a coworker, I was like, man, I can't find my fucking glasses, blah, 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 and you're going to have to read stuff to me, you know, I was mad. And he's like, what, dude? What glasses? Like, because you have some right above you, bro. And I was like, what? And I looked down. Shoot, there it was.
They were on your head.
Right on my bill cap.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay, right now, I'm just kind of pulling down a little bit of this paint to kind of get that water, shadow vibe, reflection. Not really adding paint. And then I blend across.
I'm just adding dark down here so then I can highlight it later. So I'm smashing in some dark. Darker.
All right. Let's cut in a little. I'm going to use a knife and a little magic white. I'm going to cut a little roll of paint. And put our water reflection right there. Little.
You've done that, Stitch, and they were on you? That's hysterical. I love when I'm using like the flashlight on my phone to find my phone.
I've never done that. You're on your own for that one.
Thanks. Just leave me hanging out here all on my own.
All by myself.
All by myself. Don't want to be. Okay, time to highlight a big tree that I mushed before. Let's see if I can not mush it this time.
I cut in kind of a little bit of an idea of where my horizon line is. And I put a little water ripple over to this side. And then I'm going to fill in here with another inlet before our big water crash waterfall. That's why I've only got about half the painting done right now. I'm going to work in stages.
I've had this. It's useless, but I refuse to throw it out, like, because this is one of the first things I ever painted with.
Oh yeah, your favorite brush.
Well, actually, all these oils and these brushes and everything else, as I was putting my studio together in this room, I found it all.
Oh, wow.
And it was literally stuff that I haven't painted with in over 30 years. Okay, so we're going to take... I think I'm going to take the fan brush I did my clouds with, because I don't think I'm going to be doing the white with the clouds anymore. I'm going to take that and put it into some red. Got this really cool bright red color. And this has to be thin, right? Highlighting is thin.
Yep.
Tink tin. Tin.
Me, I'm taking a 1-inch brush and making a tree by just squishing sideways and kind of put in those limbs and branches.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
Yeah, so by literally just you load your brush up really well, right?
Uh-huh.
Where you kind of do zigzag. I've got a little blue and black going here.
Okay.
Really good. And then you almost to a chiseled point.
Uh-huh.
And then you come in and put your line of where you kind of want your tree.
Okay.
And then do the same thing, load up, and then only use like the corner of the brush at the top of the tree, and as you slowly go down, you go wider.
No shit.
Yep. So
That's
not
cool.
every tree has to be done with a fan brush.
I like that trick. That's a cool trick.
Kind of make more Christmas tree type trees. I'm not a treeologist.
You're not?
No, I just play one on
I want a refund then.
TV. Yeah, I kind of like these trees, especially when they come into the highlights. If you do a lot of dark and then pop just little highlights on it, woo, there's something else. Okay. Block in some color back here. Raggedy old friend back there. He's eating up the canvas for me. The same thing you kind of do with a 1-inch brush. You can do like weeds and reeds by just dancing the brush tip and let it.
Just the tip. My tree's got like a watermelon kind of color going on. I'm digging it.
Yeah. Now leave some of those dark areas. Okay. Leave some of that in between. I see from the top. You go down to your next layer, see how you have that darker break?
Right here?
Yeah, don't cover it up. Keep it.
Oh, this is dark on my brush. That's how I wind up mushifying, because I go back and forth, and then it's a big mushy pile. Huh?
Oh, I was reading a comment. I was reading our guest.
What? You were reading a comment?
Yeah.
No way.
I'm very horrible about that.
I noticed when you were painting with, what's his face?
Ever since I moved and had to change my studio and, change
Hi, Evil. Are you
that?
done? Evil was just live. I guess you're done if you're in here.
I used to have a TV next to my painting, and I would stream my own show, so I would look up towards the TV to read comments, not have to do this awkward, oh, hi everybody. Sometimes I flip my phone the other way sometimes when I do lives too, so I don't even concentrate on what people say. But my old studio, I really loved how I had it set up, but it'll be a little while before I get like that again,
Well, that's one of the things I'm going to do. I think I started talking before, but never finished what I was saying. So, hi, Jay. Look what I'm finishing, finally. There's a few things I definitely want to set up for myself, and that's the 2 pieces of equipment. So one camera could be on just what I'm doing, and the other one could be for reading.
Yep.
I
found that's the best way. When I was in my prime, oh yeah, because when I first started, and I kind of hit fast paced also, and when I really was booming, there were times I would maintain like 1.5 to 2K for the whole 40 minutes I was on. But I found I was missing out so much by not streaming comments, and I would miss so many GIFs. I would go back and look at my recordings, and all of a sudden my screen was doing those extra big tip things, and I wasn't even acknowledging guests about it. And so that's when I was like, all right, I have got to fix this problem. So streaming myself seemed to work.
Well, I go live on Facebook every Friday, and I teach how to do an acrylic painting. Yes, Jay, exactly. This is the one we did together. I'm finally finishing it because it just needs a lot of love. All right, this tree was coming a little bit too much like a pine tree, so now I'm just adding random puffs so it doesn't look like a pine tree anymore.
Random puffs. I like that.
Random puffs. We're puffifying.
Yeah, I will say, if I didn't have a whole bunch of life events happen, boy, I know I'd be one of those guys just where I could quit my job and paint full time. But man, I had too much going on between broke my kneecap and had to have 2 surgeries earlier in the year. Unfortunately, my dad passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was actually I've spent New Year's Day on a plane heading home. Luckily, and by the grace of God, I was able to see him before he passed. So I'm thankful for that.
Well, that's good.
You know, one thing, anytime I do water, I have a bad habit because I'm left-handed. I run my water downhill. I always got to take a step back and go, all right, is that straight or is that running off the canvas? Yeah, that's running right off the canvas.
I can't help you with that one because I have a waterfall here that has that's very crooked.
Thank you for the likes, by the way. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, guys, thank you so much. I'm in Mick's house tonight. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Playing with the big dogs. Woof, woof.
Woof, woof. Woof, woof.
I made a mistake. Let's not make that mistake. Pulling that out. Happy little accident happened. All right, a little secret. Don't tell anyone.
So, I generally do not like long-handled brushes, but I'm noticing for oil painting, they're actually my friend because it keeps me from mushifying.
Yeah.
Because I can't put a lot of pressure. I hold the brush all the way on the back of the brush, and I can't put a lot of pressure. But I can use the same tap that I have, but it winds up not putting all that pressure onto the canvas.
Yeah, one thing that drives me nuts that I see, especially because I was teaching classes and stuff, new artists grab a brush like this, right on the ferrule.
Oh yeah, the death grip.
And they go in and they're like almost stabbing. And I'm like, no. Let's bring I always tell people, hold your brush like it's an extension of your hand or your fingers. And so your 2 fingers should rest around these grooves like this.
Yeah.
And then,
just tell them to give everybody the middle finger and then put the other finger up there for...
Right. And that's how you're going to utilize your brush for blending or smashing in, making all these little bushes and trees is come cheap back quite a ways. So mic tip.
I do live paint parties, and I do in-person paint parties, and I tell them all the time that they got to move their hand back, and then I make fun of them because as they're painting, they wind up moving their hand back to where it was.
Right, it's slowly. Yep.
I literally, I'm like, all right, all you control freaks. I get paid to make fun of people.
I will tell you, doing classes like that was one of the best times of my life. I had so much fun doing it.
Oh, I love it.
And I was single at the time.
I'm actually happy with this tree now. Check it out.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful.
I just got to add...
hey, thanks for the share, Josh.
Whatever. All right, what do I do? What do I do to fix this waterfall?
Okay, one, why don't we... you want to bring that waterfall up above the rock, right?
Well, I'll make the rock bigger, but I got to do the waterfall first, don't I? Or the rock first?
I would truthfully start with the rock.
Okay.
Because here's why. Go back for a second?
Sure.
And I'll kind of point. So, you see how your rock literally is almost even with the water?
Yeah.
That rarely happens. Your rock is the reason your water is falling. So if you bring that rock up a little bit, now you might want to pull back like 45 your tape a little bit, but yeah, bring it up about a half. Yeah, here I'm pointing off camera.
I know, I do that all the time. I want to point at somebody.
Like over here.
Right here. I want to point at somebody's canvas.
So yeah, if you bring
it's
that rock
like-
up about a half inch above your water line. Yeah, right about there. So the same thing you can do is just darken it and then add your light. But make sure, because your rock is going to be rough, you want to have enough thickness that you're not bumping into your old paint, if you get me.
Gotcha.
But yeah, bring it up about maybe just a half an inch, just above the water line we're going to put.
Gotcha.
What I've been doing, since my sunset's somewhere here, I've been I added straight cad yellow onto my brush and just tapping a little bit, and you get the idea of some weeds and stuff growing there. And then when you go into your darker tree, you're going to pick up some dark, so it's going to turn kind of green a bit. And you kind of want that.
Yeah, I always forget that my brush is picking paint up. Like, I always forget to wipe the brush off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wonder why I got this big mushy glob of something going on.
And normally, you could scrape weeds and reeds and stuff in, and they would show up. But because I did a purple canvas, it's this.
So I'm bringing my rock, like, all the way up here.
This ain't going to do it, so. Hey, thank you.
Right, all the way up there.
Yep. Right above your water line. Yep, you got it.
Hi, Bertie. Thank you so much. Mud mixing. Yeah, that's what I do, Jay. Hey, Kim. How you doing? Hi, McDonald's. I'm painting with the big boys tonight. Oof, oof. You excited for tomorrow? Tomorrow, Mick, is our triple treat.
Yeah.
With me, I call him McDonald, but me, MC, and Coach paintings that are inspired by music lyrics.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, and tomorrow we're doing Tom Petty. Exactly, McDonald. Something about flowers with Tom Petty. I'm actually excited I'm getting this painting done tonight because it's been sitting on my wall and I've been staring at it for way too long. And I have noticed that if I have a painting in the unfinished pile for too long, I don't do it. Wildflowers, thank you, McDonald's. You can sigh at me, it's okay.
All right, thanks, Jay. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Thanks, Jay. Have a great night.
Oh yeah, I've got my unfinished pile is probably bigger than my finished pile, and I have a lot of finished pile. I have so many unfinished paintings. Yeah, I agree with you. If it sits too long, I lose interest. I've got work I need to finish. I've got heck, I got one landscape that I started, and yeah, it's sitting right here next to me, reminding me I'm an idiot and I didn't finish it.
Yeah, I am noticing that about myself because I have 4 acrylics behind me, actually 5 that, and I'm like, all right, well that's why Coach and I do the Pink Floyd nights, because it forces the 2 of us to work on our Floyd paintings again. Otherwise, they would just sit here not being done.
Okay, so I've added another layer forward. I'm kind of having the river come from way back in the sunset, and it's swooping around here. and we're going to end up with two big crashing waterfalls. I'll put some rocks in here shortly, but I'm just kind of doing the lay of the land right now and deciding if I want a little here.
Hi, JT. Your clouds came out so like you could like tell that you're like the depth that you got between with your clouds and the like you just get sucked all the way into that furthest. I'm pointing. Do you like this? I'm pointing.
Are you pointing over here?
Yeah. Dar, 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 dar. What was that freaking TV show? And they were like the Bowser, old show, Bowser, and he's like, burr, 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 and he would. Anyway, never mind. Hi, Judy. Wait. Hi, JT.
Need a little more magic white here.
It might be before your time, Mick.
I was born in 1979. I'm an old dog. But
1979 was a very good year.
I didn't have cable till I was, I don't even know, probably about.
Shana-nana, yes, carrots. There you go. Yes. Shana-nana. The bottom of my Manamana. That's from the Muppets.
Yeah.
Manamana. Boop boop ba-doop ba-doop. Manamana. Boop ba-doop ba-doop. Manamana. Well, I have this dark color on my knife. I could literally probably put my tree trunk, get my tree pieces in too.
One cool thing I found about doing a purple canvas, by the way, because I did my first one with Coachable. As the paint dries and cures, that purple is coming through. So when you have the oranges, the reds, and purples, I don't know how to explain to it. It's almost like the purple bled through a bit, and it adds so much.
Yeah, well, purple and yellow are that opposite the color wheel thing. So
Yep.
We're gonna make it all stand out even more. They were at Woodstock, Shananana. Right? Can we put a tree trunk in? Not making it like
Puzzle piece time.
They said puzzle piece gives you like 5 minutes now.
Well. I don't like puzzle piece, but I understand why they did. But it's annoying.
Definitely annoying.
Okay. Highlights in here. My laundry's done. I just sort of chirp. That's good. Got one chore done today.
There you go. I actually don't mind laundry. You know what chore I loathe? Doing the dishes.
Amen. God bless. I agree. Everything.
Yeah. Like if I had to pick a chore, and I have a dishwasher, so that solves my doing the dishes.
Well,
but
like, how do I put this? When I'm in relationships and stuff, I hate doing dishes, but they don't understand. Like, I worked in the restaurant industry for a couple years. Not only that, in college, in order to have a job, I worked in the college cafeteria washing dishes. I have washed more dishes than any other human being, I swear to God. So I hate washing dishes. That's not my thing.
you've seen enough dishes in your heyday.
Yep. line here, a little ripple. Let's see. I think we need just a little more oompa.
Oompa! So, I figured out a way to get white paint that breaks freaking awesome for you. Because I don't throw anything out, so I literally have leftover oil paint sitting in a Tupperware over there that I've scraped off of my palettes. Well, the white paint that's in that Tupperware breaks like a dream because it's dried the fuck out.
Yep.
Pardon my French.
No, it's all right.
But, like, see, look, I have this nasty, I don't know what I'm going to do with it all yet, but Tupperware going on here.
Yep. You can always, also, you can keep it in the freezer to keep it from completely curing and going solid.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got probably 2 or 3 Tupperwares in my freezer right now. That's my extra pile, too, that I don't know what I'm going to do with. Okay. I'll wash a brush here, and then I think we're going to get to doing the waterfall aspect of this whole painting.
Cool.
But this is the first time I've had to clean a brush since we've been painting, so I'm doing good.
Yeah, because this stuff's like turning into clay in here now.
Yeah.
I didn't know oil paint ever dried out.
People will say it does, it doesn't, blah, blah, blah. It will never microscopically cure, and the back layer will never cure, but the top will. But yeah, so here's my 2 tubs of same thing, a whole bunch of pile. I just keep them in the freezer, and that way when I want to go to use them, I can.
Yeah, all the paint in here is chunky. You love it when I talk French, McDonald? Oh, man.
I'll reach down and clean my brush there. Oh, need to clean. No, I don't. I know what I need to do. We're just going to have fun. Let's do it. And some magic white. Go. Here. Water down there.
Some here, some there, some over here, some over there.
A little bit here, a little bit there.
A little bit here, a little bit there. A little bit there, a little bit here. Alright, how do I fix since you're doing a waterfall, how do I fix my waterfall?
Okay. Start with magic white, clean brush and some white, the oil-based one, not your oil paint.
What kind of brush?
Fan brush.
Liquid white and white again?
Yeah, add a little bit of white. Solid white, just a tiny bit though.
Stiff fan brush or soft?
Either and or.
Okay.
Personal preference, I guess.
Now what?
Okay. So, I'm gonna turn my attention to you for a second. And yeah, you zoom in a bit. Okay. So, literally what you can do is just take your brush and start on the edge and do that swoop.
Here?
Yep, right at the top of the tape. You can even go a little bit above the tape line. And then just keep swooping down and clean your brush, add more, and know this: follow your curvature, right? So those the swoopy lines that you have the angle this way you have to be opposite on the other side. You can't have the same angle going down a waterfall.
Follow that curve. So in here, I gotta switch it the other way.
Yep. Exactly.
Gotcha. My paint needs to be thicker because you can still see the other line underneath it. Follow that curve. That's what I tell them when I'm teaching.
Yep.
I go, follow that curve. I have all these silly, weird things I say.
Oh yeah. I know. When I was teaching, I had to learn all kinds of little goofy phrases too.
Yeah, I have shirts with my sayings on them. I sell them as merch. The fan favorite is the more you play with it, the bigger it gets. That seems to be the fan favorite.
Okay, I think I'm going to put some rocks in.
I think I have to lay this paint on with like a knife because my first line is thick as hell.
Okay, let's see. Where am I at, Eve? What am I doing?
You're making rocks in between your waterfall. Hi, Joshua.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Josh? Josh did a fun oil painting. He posted it today. Has Bigfoot kind of peeping around a tree.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Cracks me up.
That's funny. Alright, I'm getting near my rock. Like, do I just swoop on top of it? Like, what do I do?
No,
See
because
that corner right there?
you're going to swoop around it. It's when you peel your tape, you'll just do a fine little thin drop line in between there to kind of pull the line in front of the rock. You understand?
Nope.
Okay. Are you happy with your waterfall?
I'm getting there.
Okay. When you leave that corner alone, do everything else, and we'll come back to it.
Okay. That I understood. Don't touch it.
I'm going to mix up a rock color here. I've got so much messy paint. I poured out a whole bunch of green, and I haven't used a single blob of green in this painting. This is left over from Coach, and that's left over from Coach. I have not. Wow. I'm going to have to use green soon. Maybe I'll use some green for bushes on these rocks. That's what I'll do. All right. Let's mix this up.
So my next question is, on the bottom here, I try to like make it frothy.
Yep.
It didn't work.
Okay. The best thing you can do for a froth is take your fan brush. I'll show you an example. Hang on. Okay.
Okay.
Let me drop what I'm doing here for a second. Grab a fan brush. Where's my? Okay. Yep. Now this will be in dark. Okay. But what you can do is take your fan brush and smush it upside down, and it gives kind of that frothy feel. So you're actually like pushing almost the ferrule. You're almost pushing it into the canvas and making kind of a poof, poof.
Okay.
Poof. Oh, I'm way off over here, huh? Sorry.
That's okay. I see what you're doing.
I'm over here. Let me show you.
Haha. But my fan brush made fingers.
But, yeah, you can.
When that happens.
What? Yeah. Oh, yep. If that happens, then you need a little more paint. Kind of load the paint up a little bit more, and you'll pull those.
I gotta wiggle it just a little bit, and I make the froth white. Hi.
Yep. Hey,
Hi.
hey.
Hey, hey.
Let's go back. All right. Yep. So that's what you do. You can just take your fan brush with the edge and tip and kind of push up a little bit, and you get little tiny like water ripples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thick or thin paint?
I would go with try for a medium viscosity because that's dry. It's dried but with a little more wet on it, so you need to kind of balance. You need an in between. You'll know it when you feel it. I don't know how to explain it other than
that. More like good luck.
Well, not really. I mean,
more like good luck. Just put some paint on there, Eve, and smush.
Yeah. See what happens. That's the best way to do it.
You know what it is? I don't have any room because it's at the bottom of the canvas.
Yeah. You don't have to add too much, though. All right.
I'm doing the tippy tappy thing you just said. Just doing the tip of the fan, and I'm kind of tapping in a little something something.
And I'm putting in my rock right in the middle.
Oh yeah, Josh. What's the painting? Guys, if you've never seen me before, my name's Eve. I'm usually an acrylic painter, but all these lovely gentlemen on this app are showing me the ropes on how to paint with oils.
Excuse me, what'd you call me?
I called you a dirty word.
Yeah, I have a reputation to uphold, so you could not.
I'm happy with that. Look, I did tippy taps. Look at that.
Here we go.
There we go.
Okay, so when you're ready, pull your tape.
All right, I want to add more to the ridge because you could still see the old ridge.
Okay. You got it. You do you. Make you happy with the paint. Painting, I should say. I'm just scraping a little edge right there. Come out. Let's make a weird shaped rock right here. On a dark color right now, I'll do some highlights to this rock. Scraping paint into the canvas.
I'm actually going to add some colors into the rainbow water. I mean, some rainbow colors into the waterfall.
There you go.
Because I get fancy like that. I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I like to act like I do.
I'm going to add some white to this purple.
Listen to Mick. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing, but listen to Mick. He knows what he's doing.
Me? I don't know. I just guess all the time. I'm just smearing paint.
Pretty much.
All right. Let's get a little more highlighted. Yep. We'll use up all this white. Heck with it. There we go. Now, side of the rock. Bit dark. I think you folks at home can see that. That's okay. We'll layer it up. Kind of letting the knife pull shadows and colors right down. Waterfall, we'll make it misty at the bottom, make it crash.
Yes. What Mick says, that's what you all want to do. Exactly what he just says. It's perfect.
One thing I found, if you're painting a style and you don't make sound effects, the paint will just not work for you. You gotta make those crashing sounds.
You gotta make sound. If you don't make sound effects while you're painting, it's not gonna work.
No. Right. this one, I'm going to go a little more lighter. Edge a little bit. Touch this rock right on the edges. Pull down. See? Sound effects help. All right. Let's have some fun. I like to have fun. Let's add another highlight color. There we go. Yeah, that blue color kind of shows up a little bit better. So are you gonna do your background?
My what?
Are you gonna move to your background trees, or what are you moving to?
Oh, if you don't make sense. Oh, good night, McDonald. Thank you so much for hanging out. You were an ocean inlet with cattails. Ooh, that sounds really pretty, Joshua. Exactly, Jody. If you're not making sound, I'm still playing with a waterfall. I'm having fun over here. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun. I'm just going to dirty every fan brush I own.
I think I'm actually going to use the green that I laid out. The sap green. This rock needs a little something.
Well, I added colors to my waterfall because it's distracting from the original ridge, see? So now I just want to put a little bit of white on top of that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And then we're going to do the most satisfying thing known to man. Peel tape. Peeling tape is very satisfying.
Yeah. Except when it's frustrating. That Arizona piece I did, oh, it was murder trying to get that thing. There was no like good paint reveal. It was like, oh, it was frustrating. It was very frustrating. All right. Let's add a couple of dewars right back here to heat up stuff. So, a bit of this white. I'm just playing with colors right now.
Sounds fun.
Yep, it is. That's no magic way. Paint ain't sticking. We make it stick. We make it thinner and make it stick.
Okay. All right, the white isn't sticking to the top of the colors. Should I make it thicker or thinner?
Thinner. A thin paint always sticks to a thick paint.
Ah, very good.
Oh, why is a master? You teach me very well.
Very good, Miyagi-san. Very good. All right. Cool. This is coolio. I'm basically just using mostly liquid white to do this, but that's all right.
Yeah, you'll find liquid white really will make your paint a little thinner and easier to move around. All right. Oh, shoot. Dropped a brush. Man down.
Whoops.
Yep. Especially where I dropped it. I've got my little area here, right? And I dropped it right past the edge of where my cardboard is, right onto the floor. Gosh.
Whoops.
clean that up later so the landlord doesn't want to kick me out. All right. White.
This one's just being tricky because it's the one that's changing directions. So I did notice that if you keep messing with it, it doesn't fix it. It just mushifies the crap out of it. That's one thing with oil paint that's different than acrylic. Acrylic, you can basically mess with something until the cows come home, but alright, stop playing with it. You're just mushing it all together. Alright, leave it alone.
Hands down.
It's the leave it alone alarm. Leave it alone, Eve. Leave it alone. It's good enough. I had like this one spot that was annoying me, and I was like, I'm gonna make this work, and it wasn't. Alright, satisfied. So by the rock, I kind of just did one of those. Is that cool?
Yeah. Yep.
Alright.
Right over the edge. Yep.
I'm peeling the tape, people.
Me and my technical terms. Little right there.
Boom. That's so satisfying.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks, Stitch. Thanks for the gifts, darling. There it is, sir. Look at that.
All right.
Much better.
Yeah. Now let's work on that background.
Much better. Yours looks so cool. It actually looks like real life, like in real life shit going on there.
Well, thank you.
I like your little fern bushy thing.
Yeah, I thought I added a little something extra. Keep it warm up here because it's, warm to cold, cold to warm type thing.
Sure. What you said.
Yep.
Sounded good.
By the way, I will say the only time I've ever used Bob's big old round brush here is for
the club.
Yeah, just do waterfall like mist and spray. You just kind of tap, and it gives that idea of stuff splashing.
Nice. Yeah, I don't have any room for that, so I had to go with the mini mush. And I just got to tap a few more over in this corner where the rock is. I got to hit that with a little tap, tap.
Thank you so much.
But I am actually very, very pleased right now. I think it's 100 times better than what it was. Good idea with the tape, too.
Yeah. I've got so many freaking little tricks and tips in my head that I've learned over the years. It's good to share them and, help another artist out. Go, oh, yeah, I can do that. A little bit of tape. That's all it'll take.
Well, what's funny is, like, I'm one of those people, like, take my advice, I'm not using it.
Yep. Exactly.
So I could, like, help somebody else and everything else, but then when it comes to doing it for myself, I'm like, dirt. Oh, man, I just blew my whole pile of white with blue paint. That's one thing about oils, man. I have contaminated many piles of paint into being a different color than what they should be.
It's too bright. There we go.
All right, check this rock corner magic going on. Look at that.
Yeah, see? So now that puts the rock in front of the waterfall and gives a reason to fall.
Very cool. I like that little splash I got right there. That's my happy spot right there. A tiny little splash. All right, I'm done. I'm satisfied now. Oh, man. Mick's like not touching that with a 10-foot pole, the satisfied thing.
Yeah. Like, I'm never satisfied, so if you are, good luck.
Well, that's the way it should be. I should be the one being satisfied. Hi, Nathan.
Not the first time I've heard that out of a lady's mouth.
There it is. I mean, I lofted it up for you. I don't know how many times. I was like just waiting for you to take it. I can only set it up so many times, though, Mickey. Eventually, you're going to have to take the shot. All right. Now what? I have no idea.
Background trees.
Oh, yeah. And I got to do branches and fix this.
Yeah. So, by the way, with your background, same thing would apply. If you want it even, use a piece of tape now and make it even.
I'm okay that it's not even. It just needs another layer. So my question is it, again, do dark and then
Yep.
the thinner highlight?
Yep.
Got it.
And what I would suggest with your painting, right, to just add a little extra, you notice how you have that like half-inch band of green, yellow, and red in your mountain?
Yeah.
You can bring those trees up higher. You do some high, some right at that height. Chop in an occasional higher tree, and then towards the other end, into the orange and red, maybe go a little higher. So you have, you kind of like on my painting here, you have ups and downs, and then you have the end of a plateau. So you could, since you have a straight one, you can start kind of large here, work your way small, but chop in a couple high ones here and there. Or you could start small in the middle and chop out big. Or make them all the same size. It's up to you, you know.
Yeah. But I see what you're saying is that'll draw people's eye into the middle more.
Yes.
I got to make an EKG. That's what I call that. An EKG line.
Yep.
You like my happy spot, Stitch? Oh, it doesn't take much. All right. Darker, 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 darker. Darker, 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 darker.
Rock right up front here, I think.
I'm trying not to contaminate too much of my palette because I kind of wanted to be able to use the same palette tomorrow, but it's not happening.
Yeah, give me a second and I'll show you my palette. You want to talk about contaminated? I even had to wipe a space open.
You know what? I
can't
see
this messy thing.
Wow.
There's no room at the end.
Thanks, Evil. How'd your painting with Coach work out? They were doing seascapes.
Yeah, I popped in for a bit. I saw that they were doing that, but I had to kind of save my battery life for this live. So I was curious how that they did.
I'm scared because I don't want to tap into my water.
Remember tape.
Oh shit! I forgot. And you know, I tapped some into the water, and I just took my finger and licked it like it was acrylic paint, and that was actually going to work out for me.
Whoops.
Guess what? Didn't work.
Put fiddle in over there.
I forgot oil paint. You got to blend it out.
Let's put some final touches on this.
You can kick me out whenever you want. I'm slow.
No, it's fine. I don't mind. I'm kind of helping you, so I got no problem. kind of mucked up my painting a little bit, but that's okay. I don't know. Trade secret.
Tape! Tape it! Tape it good! Tape it real good! Bear, 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 Tape it real good! What the hell am I singing? Oh, push it!
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, what am I, where's that from? Push it! Push it real good! Bear, 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 Bam, 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 bam. Oh man, there's black paint all over that too. Oh man. This shit's messy as like, I'm a messy person as it is, and oil paint is just not very nice to messy people.
No. I agree.
Tape it real good.
After every live, I got to check my elbows, my arms, my feet, everywhere. I get paint everywhere.
It's kind of like when you go for a hike in the woods and you got to do like a tick check.
Right? Okay. Let's give you guys a better look.
I appreciate whoever told me the baby wipe trick, though, because that has really helped keep my... At least when I make a mess, I'm like, oh, I can fix that.
Yep. I actually, myself, just went and stocked up. So I'm going to pretty much clean my palette, and then I wipe it down with baby wipes and pick up all the extra. Man, I did not leave any territory untouched. Whew. Made a big old mess.
I'm glad I decided to work on this one, because you were like the perfect person to help me out on how to make this go up a notch. So thank you for all your assistance. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But I was looking at it, I was like, that sucker's bone dry. Like, I don't know how to paint when it's bone dry, and I'm like, I know somebody who knows how to paint. And I just happen to be painting with that person tonight. I was like, there you go. Darker, 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 darker.
Darker, darker.
Now, it does have some really pretty purple tips to it, so I am going to keep them just the way they are without trying not to touch those.
Yeah.
I'm getting more paint on the tape, by the way, than I am on the tree line.
That's okay.
In case you were wondering.
Make sure you keep your straight line, and
Well, this way I don't get the paint in my water.
Yep.
And my brush strokes can actually be tappies and not whatever I was doing before, which was coming out very strange. That dark line. That's a dark line.
Yeah, and like I said, every once in a while I'll pop in a taller guy, and it really just adds extra when your eye does the up and down, follows the tree line.
The EKG.
Yep.
The KGB. You need paint to paint, Eve. You need paint to paint. That's another thing I noticed I don't do. I don't load the brush up enough.
Yeah, you especially when you're doing those type of choppy trees, I call them, you have to have a lot of paint. So, brush is clean. I gotta find the big. Okay. I always save my the biggest brush I have to clean last, but.
Well, I told myself to do the cleaning bucket project today, and I didn't do it. So this is gonna be because I have to do it because like my cleaning bucket's literally putting pigment onto my brush instead of washing it off.
Yep. This big old boy. Oof. You know, when I first started, I was afraid of the 2-inch brush, and then I stepped up to the 2.5. And my first painting, I felt like I was using the 2-inch brush for the first time. I was like, super scared. I don't know why, but then once I got it down, boy, whew, one of my favorite brushes.
All right, now I stuck some tall boys in there.
Okay. Well, when you feel you're satisfied.
The word of the evening. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Now go get me a sandwich.
Cold beer and a sandwich.
Pretty much.
Do me a favor. Okay, you see how you have your 3 peaks. You've got this peak coming. You've got your next peak. No,
My mountains we're talking about?
Yeah. Your mountain.
Specify what kind of peak, sir.
You say. So right where your finger is kind of now, right? Yeah. So you see how you have that void?
Here?
Nope. That
Here?
low swoop, yeah. Break that up by adding a couple taller trees in between. Because
you know what a bravery test it was to do those little pieces.
But I think if you did a few more just in that area and kind of broke your height line up a little bit more as you went along, then you're golden. But I think my eye is telling me you need just some higher trees up to kind of cover that void. Thank you, Evan. Cool. Man, we've been just rocking out right now, huh?
How's that?
Let me looky. Yes, a lot better. A lot better. So you're keeping some of that void, but you're deterring the eye from just a big void. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yep. So, yep. You
Then
did
I
great.
can make these actually a little beefier and even higher yet on the edge here. Okay, now to highlight this is thin, right?
Yep. Very thin.
Thin. So my dad's been gone for a long time, and he was from Jersey City, and he would order pizza, right?
Yep.
And he liked to have a thin crust pizza, right? Like it was necessary. That's the way he wanted his pizza, and he'd be ordering it on the phone. And all you would hear him saying is, tin. I want it tin. We want a tin cross, 10, 10, 10, 10. Because he would say it multiple times. But he never said thin. It was tin. I want a tin crust. All right. What should I highlight these? Like how? Like I had purple before. Purple's probably still cool, right? Light purple.
Yeah, you can do a purple with kind of a light. Make it a light purple. And you can just do a couple highlights, and it makes it look like shadow highlights. It's hard to see, but this kind of what with my rocks. Let me get out of the light. With my rocks, instead of so I used instead of using brown, I did black, blue, and red, mainly black. But then when I came and did my highlight, I added white, and it added a purple tone. And purple makes your eye think shadow. So if you do like, yeah, purple tone, I think that would, and just do a couple of highlights, like say an example, here's mine, right? If I highlight this tree and maybe a tree here, it'll push those other ones back. And it'll add that layer of depth. So you don't need to highlight every tree, you just need to highlight one.
Here, there, not everywhere.
Yep.
That's another one of my sayings. Here, there, not everywhere. Whew. I have learned from my palette, though, so I don't contaminate big piles of paint, that I move a lot of paint on my palette to where I want it using like a little knife before I start smushing into piles. Like, because I just took the white that I had and I moved some over to where purple dumb is.
Yeah, I'm starting to clean mine up right now. But yeah, I made a horrible mess tonight. Normally I'm a little neater, but I left no freaking area to mix. I actually had to, I think at one point I had to scrape a little bit off so I had an area to mix.
All right, here, there, not everywhere. Tin paint.
Thin, thin, thin.
Not thin enough. All right, let's try that again. That was not thin enough. All right, let's move more of this liquid white over here. Stitch, if you're still in here, I thank you every single time I do my paintings. Stitch is the one that gifted me the liquid white.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because I have a very tight budget, and she actually messaged McDonald's with a picture saying, "Is this the right stuff?"
That's awesome.
Yep. So every time I paint, I'm like, "You are a goddess," because I wouldn't have the stuff if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, I have a friend over in England. He goes by Visual Fusions. And yeah, I gifted him a few things because he couldn't find them, couldn't get them, and I have quite a bit. So he was, I think he was more excited about that tube, the paint tube extruder I gave him. There you go. Yep. Now, I would say one side is your highlight. So the left, I'll call it my left, your left, of the screen. That's the highlight side, right? Because your snow.
Yeah, because that's the way the snow in the mountains is.
Yep. So as you go down the line, you want less and less. Because that side is closer to the highlight.
The paint's too thin now. I just made a really big glob.
Okay. Just take your brush and wipe it off onto your palette. Take that little bit of excess off. And then try again.
How do I get rid of the glob?
Right now, you can't. You just let it set, and then later, when it dries, you can cover it up with a darker color.
Or I could just mush it out like I did.
You can do that.
I just totally just mushed it out. Look.
Yeah.
I did tell you that I wind up mushifying a lot, right? We did have that conversation.
Yeah, we did discuss.
The mushifying. I'll tell you what, this long-handled brush really does save the day with me tapping too hard. Because I can keep my tap that I'm used to doing, and it winds up working. That's another thing is with oil, like with acrylics, I'm spoiled because I'm used to instantaneous satisfaction. And you do get that with painting with oils, like when you get something like just so, like the way you want it to be, like clouds or something, you know what I mean? You do get that instantaneous, but when it comes to foliage and all those kind of things, it takes more work with oils to get what you're going for. And with acrylic, you can literally just
Boom.
tap it in, boom, boom, and then tap a few more things in, boom, boom, switch from lights to darks to, you know.
Yep.
Because I have noticed my painting style, I like to switch from lights to darks a lot. And that's not very advantageous when you paint with oils, because that's when I start mushing stuff.
Yep. Always, to me, I always say, with the background, you do light to dark. With the foreground, it's opposite, dark to light. Okay, now my palette looks a little more acceptable. Look at that. We're a little more organized, and I got everything cleaned up. A couple baby wipes. Yep. I'm sure you saw the painting I did with Coach, right?
I missed the end. I had to go. I don't remember why I had to go, but I had to go. I saw you peel the tape off.
Okay. Yep. And then I kind of messed around. I put a couple little posts here. Made this like the fisherman's spot right here. So,
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool.
yeah.
That one came out really good too.
Yeah, this is the one where the purple is kind of saturating it. It seems weird, but yeah, it's that purple canvas is adding so much. I love it.
Yeah, that one and the one you did tonight, they look freaking amazing with having that purple underpaint going on.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? I think I tappy treed are done.
All right.
I had a little fun with the highlighting, but that's okay.
So now go ahead and pull your tape.
Woo! Woo! Doop. I have to fix the coastline a little bit, but that's going to be a tiny brush and me paying attention. How do I have a hair stuck to here? What the hell? Why are you not coming off? There it goes. All right. All right. Cool beans. I'm pretty happy with what's transpiring here. I'm pretty happy. I gotta do this part, and I gotta add the branches in between the tree here. I do have to fix this coastline a little bit because there's a gap right there. See? There's a gap.
But, okay, what I suggest you do, tape it right above it and just mush a little bit of dark color. You know how I was telling with the fan brush, kind of do a mush? Do that, and that will eliminate your gap. But also, a lot of people, like, I don't know how to explain it, they don't they won't see the gap. Only you see the gap.
Well, the trees are just higher than the shoreline, so there's the old paint gap going on.
Yeah.
So you're saying just tape off that section right here and just tap with my dark paint again.
Yep, just kind of mush, mush, mush.
You don't have to tell me to mush. I'm a good musher. Especially when it comes to oils. I mush like the best. Now I gotta mush down further because now it looks like a really cool ass shadow line and I like it. But I don't have it in the rest of the sections.
Trying to add a little extra, and I
leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna blend out my happy little accent.
Alright, gap is officially fixed. I just got to tap a little highlight here and there on it. Just so it looks like the rest of the line. Here, there, not everywhere, Eve.
Here, not everywhere.
Here, there, not everywhere. It's a good little line, isn't it? Here, there, not everywhere.
I think I'm going to use it at work. They say, well, why didn't you do this? I'm going to say, well, I could be here or there, but not everywhere.
There you go. Be like, look, people, I am only one body.
Oh, yeah. I've had days, let me tell you.
Ooh.
Let me see if I can get a little more light on this without glaring everybody out. Yeah. There we go. That's a bit brighter.
There. Alright. I even accomplished your lighter on this side and darker on this side thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
I'll give you a close-up.
Perfect.
Very cool. Perfect. That's my line. Perfect.
Well, in just under 2 hours, I painted this.
That's awesome. That came out so good.
Thank you.
I'll get there someday.
Oh, shoot. I guarantee you, if we ever did this again and you wanted to learn this exact painting, I could step by step through with you.
That would be awesome. We could definitely do that.
Yeah, I really do enjoy it, and I did it in several different paintings. The three-tiered water crash, instead of just a flat waterfall, adding that rock right here just kind of breaks everything up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that waterfall. I love everything about your paint. I love the frickin' depth and the, like, I just love how, that was kind of cool on my screen. You see that? That looks kind of cool when I did that. Exactly. That's what I like. Whoosh.
Yeah, it does give it quite a bit of depth. Using that color choice that I did really makes a difference, too.
Yeah, yeah, and I would definitely be down for you showing me something from beginning to end. I just didn't want to start a new one because I have a couple unfinished, and I'm starting a new one tomorrow with the guys, and I'm like, I really, really need to take care of some stuff.
Right.
So,
No.
but I am like, thank you for all your help. I am super, super happy with the waterfall now. Like, I am beyond happy with that spot right there.
Yeah. See
And
that waterfall really, we got to be able to take care of it and kind of curve it the right way. And yeah, right up against that rock, it really adds like it's coming right down.
yeah. And putting the little tappy smushy on the bottom because that was a mess.
Yep.
And the tappy trees, you can't see through them anymore.
Yep.
Very cool.
You got a variance of height.
Yes. So taller here and then getting a little smaller, but I'm okay with it going smaller because then you're smacked with that tree right there. So kind of brings your eye to go to this part. Or oh shit, I do that all the time. I touch my oil paintings.
Yeah.
The clouds are a little cartoony because they're very, very, very white, but I'm okay with that. It's a rainbow painting, so
yeah.
I mean, I have a watermelon tree.
I do. These clouds actually came out really well today.
They did. They came out great.
Yeah.
They came out awesome. I like the different the different tones you have in them, like the gray ones all the way in the distance, and then
you come into the oranger, purple toned ones, and
yeah.
By the way, these little weeds right here. Let's see if I can get up on them. Boy, they turned out really well.
Yeah, it looks like the sun's hitting them.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I like that technique you did with the brush to make those trees like that too.
Yeah, the little Christmas trees.
Yeah. I like those trees.
Yeah, I kind of learned I've got the the normal fan brush ones that everybody does. I've got those down pretty well, and so I decided I wanted to try something else, and learning that I learned that trick from Bill Alexander actually.
You want to picture Stitch? All right, let me move my camera to get the painting in there. Stitch takes my pictures for me, so if we do this again, I could actually put a video together and say, hey, painting with Mick. Come on by. Tonight was more of an incognito thing because we were like, it's Sunday. Okay, cool.
Right. Yeah, actually my canvases. I had several ideas, but my canvases didn't deliver yet. They're supposed to deliver by 9 tonight. They ain't coming. But having just that purple one and saying, all right, just paint something, boy, it made it the night easier. You know what I mean?
I think it's funny that we wound up both doing waterfalls.
It's weird. With Coachable, we both did.
Yeah, when you were with Coach, you both wound up doing sunsets.
Yep. And now we're both doing waterfalls.
Yeah, I would definitely come on in and from you can beginning to end me with stuff like that because I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't worry. When I first started, I had no clue what I was doing either. In fact, my first oil painting is an embarrassment, but I kept it, but hey, thank you. But as you practice in each one, you get to know the tools, you get to know the feeling of the paint, you get to know how it reacts to the canvas, and then from there you just evolve. And I will tell you, my mountains were one of the hardest things to learn, but once I got it down, it's so easy for me. I really don't want to add them to paintings anymore.
Yeah.
It's like not every painting needs a mountain. Heck, there are no mountains in the Midwest, so I imagine this is somewhere in the Midwest at sunset. But
well, I finished this one.
Oh yeah.
And those are where my mountains are at right now.
Heck yeah.
But I'm a color person, so I add colors to everything. Like I have the purples in there and everything else.
Yep.
And these are, I don't want to tell you how much paint is on these trees. It took me a lot of layers to get it to look the way I wanted it to. So these are probably like 8-layer trees. Yep. like an
I call,
8-layer.
I call those Braille trees. You can read
Yeah,
Braille.
pretty much. And I really like my clouds, so
Yeah, those misty clouds turned out great. Yeah.
yeah, I used Jeff. Jeff had a technique he posted about, and I used his thing. But I did this. Coach taught me this one.
Oh, okay.
But I had to go back and work on it some more. But because I had like a big gap right here, and like this was a mess because so. But
each painting you're gonna learn more and more. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, it's definitely trial and error, and some of it's kind of a crapshoot because I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Right.
But like this one, were you there when they did Harold's thing? When all of us were painting for Harold's thing?
I was in and out, yeah. And I came in at the end to paint.
Yeah. So this one's more like kind of what you did tonight.
Yep.
Kind of the same vibe. There's my little mini waterfall.
And you got good curvature, you know, it's not flat. It's like it's coming around the rocks to come down.
Thank you. I'm 5. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
What's really interesting is the more and more I'm meeting wet on wet artists, and the more that like they're teaching beginners, I can start to tell who's taught who by formation of mountains, trees, and lay of the land. It's so weird. Like I don't know how to explain it, but if you lined like 8 wet on wet painters paintings up on the wall, covered up their name, more than likely I would score like 80 or higher. I mean, 8 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah. Well, I have a leg up too, just because I've been painting for 30 years. It's just that this is a different medium. So for me, composition, creativity. Hold on, let me hang this up again. This one I really like. This I took. Do you follow Zro? Z-R-O, Zro's back.
Yep.
You know how he does his skulls in his paintings?
Yep.
This was a triple treat we did that I started, and then I finished it up on my own, but I took a number out of his book. Can you see it? 2 eyes.
Yep.
And the mouth right here.
Oh yeah. There you go.
There it is. Now you can see the details in it.
Yeah, I enjoy some of the paintings he does like that.
Oh, he's phenomenal. He's otherworldly.
I will say,
I'm really proud of my split. The fact that this was oil paint and I was able to split it from darks, from purples to goldens, I'm pretty freaking proud of that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because I had to split it down the center. So that's like, I'm just showing you my journey so far, what I've been able to do and what I'm doing. So this one isn't like, probably doesn't represent some of my better things, but it's all trial and error. Every single time I'm painting with the oils, it's trial and error. So,
oh yeah, yeah.
And then the last, we did a Stairway to Heaven as music lyrics, and then I'll stop showing you stuff.
No, it's okay.
But that was my Stairway to Heaven.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
So, again, I painted this, then it dried completely, and then I added, that's how I was able to get the foliage, all the little flowers so well, because it was the second time around. One
thing, full painting here, and I did a video, and I don't remember when I did it, it's probably a year ago or whatever, but I literally took this painting off the wall because the trees I was learning early and they were horrible trees. So
Yeah.
I took it off the wall and mixed up some color and I kind of redefined my trees. And so now when I look at the painting, I'm like, oh, okay, it blends. Because before these trees were very muddy and they were very, you could tell a fan brush made them. You know what I mean? It was very
Yeah,
just.
kind of like the trees I just showed you. They were with the 10 layers on them. It was definitely fan brush trees.
Yeah. So I cleaned that up and it just added to the painting. So that's one thing I like about oil is just being able to come in and fiddle with it later.
Well, yeah, all the ones I showed you were like on the wall, and then I took them off the wall to add more to them.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely a fan of having it dry, kind of like what you do, having it be dry and then coming in with the next layers. I guess that's my acrylic training though, because I'm used to that. Yeah. It just takes longer because it's oil paint to be able to do that.
But I will say, depending on the paint you use and where you're located at, I have had oil paint where I painted a background. I did the whole background and then I got called away. And 24 hours later, give or take, it was dry. The background was dry, and I was like, "Whoa, all right, let me learn how to paint dry onto wet," you know. And I wish I actually sold that painting. I wish I had it still, but it was one of the coolest things where I was like, "Oh, you can do this!" Like a self-discovery. Like, "Oh, happy accident," you know.
Absolutely. You know what? I was asking you when you were painting with Coach. I must have asked 10 times, Mr. Comments. Hi Robert, did you ever finish that oh, we talked about it. You tore it. You said there was a tear in the canvas.
Yep.
That blows. Where was the tear?
It wasn't a tear, it was a crack.
The canvas cracked?
Yes, which tells me the paint cracked, which tells me that somehow my magic liquid white, I use Alexander's stuff, not Bob's, but same stuff. I don't think I shook it well enough, and I think that the binding got into the canvas not evenly distributed, so it caused the layers to then, as they're drying, they pulled the canvas a crack. I mean, it's just like a perfect like lightning bolt crack where this paint is. And if you look at the paint, it's cracked too. So
how do you fix that? Like, I know how to fix a ripped or cracked canvas, but I wouldn't know how to fix cracked paint on top of it.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is actually fix the back of the canvas first, and I'll let that cure and dry for a while, and then I'll come back in and I'll just layer over that. I'll just like shellac. I'll just...
Right.
just cover that little thing, you know?
Well, I had paint crack on me, but it was because I did acrylic on top of oil. I was fixing an oil painting, and it was a painting I did in college, and so to fix it, I put acrylic paint on top of it, but it was an oil painting.
Ah, I got you.
And it could be the other way.
Like, wait, you can do acrylic first, and then oil on top, you know?
Yeah, I did it the other way.
Yep.
So any acrylic paint, thank you, Robert, any acrylic paint, it wound up cracking off because, and then it took some of the oil paint too. So, but it was a painting I did in college. I still have it. I don't know where it is, but like, it's just like, oh man.
Right.
It's really old. But this has been great. I had a great time. I really appreciate all your insight and your help because I wouldn't have gotten as far as I did if I was tinkering on my own. So,
well, yeah, no problem. I love and enjoy to help artists where I can. I mean, I'm mainly acrylic, oil, and I'm a pencil and Sharpie guy too. So, you know, I love to help artists and especially beginners. You know, because I started and I didn't really have anyone helping me along at all. So everything was, you know.
Yeah, I'm lucky because I got Well, I got you now, and I got McDonald and MK and Coach, and I'm like, and whoever I grab, I'm like, all right, how do I do this? How do I do this?
Yeah, you got a lot of help, which is good.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of help with the oil painting, and like I said, I think my saving grace is I've been painting with acrylic paint for on and off for 30 years, so like, I have the. You know, when you're talking about like creating the depth and changing the size of the trees and like, you know what I mean? Like add it and the I can picture that stuff because I already have that brain from doing acrylic paintings, you know, like so that's one of my saving graces at least is that I can do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so next time we'll do something to where you can just walk me through the whole thing. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm down to that.
Awesome,
So,
awesome.
One, I usually try to limit my lives because my phone only takes so much. And we've been at it for 2 hours, and I'm about 22%. So
Yeah, cool, man. I'm good. I need to eat, and this one's annoying me. He's crying in the background.
I got to eat.
I had a great time, though. Thank you so much for the invite, and
Yeah,
we'll
you're
definitely do
welcome.
this again.
Yeah, for sure, and keep it up, and I'll see you on your lives, and vice versa.
Vice versa. All right. Good night.
Yep. See ya. Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.